It has now been more than 4 months since anyone has seen 17-year-old Tylee Ryan and her little brother, 7-year-old Joshua J.J. Vallow. Police say their parents, Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell, are not cooperating with the investigation. Chad markets himself as an LDS author, but his books have been pulled from the shelves at most religious bookstores.
Fox 13's Adam Herbetz has been speaking to the FBI and law enforcement agencies across the country. Tonight, he shows us the clues they might be looking at in Chad Daybell's books.
Chad's one of my favorite people. In fact, he used to be in Springville, and then we followed him to Rexburg. Yeah.
Depending on how you knew Chad Daybell.
Chad and I go back about 30 years. We actually served in the same mission in New Jersey.
Depending on where or when you met him, you might have a different picture than the uncooperative person of interest at the center of a search for 2 missing children.
He's on the run? Is that what's going on? Or whatever, that he's under suspicion? This is crazy.
A different picture than the man who remarried not even 2 weeks after the sudden death of his first wife, Tammy. Family members say Chad told them she went to bed coughing and never woke up. She was 49 years old, and investigators are waiting for autopsy results to find out if she died from something other than natural causes.
I've recently released my autobiography entitled Living on the Edge of Heaven, where I tell more about my 2 near-death experiences and how that prompted me to write my novels.
Chad claims almost dying left him with 1 foot in the spirit world, the other in the physical world.
He talks about dozens, if not hundreds of visions. That's a lot of clues, right?
Those are absolutely clues. 2 books that I'm going to read first, autobiography and his last publication. Those are where we're going to start. And in true fashion of what you have done, we may see hidden messages in these writings.
Chris Bertram is a criminal profiling expert who has worked with the FBI on other cases, but is not involved in this one. He says Chad is different than most and may have given investigators a roadmap to help find JJ and Tylee.
It's less common for someone to write an autobiography.
Absolutely. You don't see that.
At the beginning of that autobiography is a dedication to his wife, Tammy, who was still alive at the time, my one and only. The book describes marrying Tammy at the Manti Temple and working as a gravedigger at the same cemetery where she would later be buried. He believes their 5 children will have a role to play in the second coming of Jesus Christ. Just one of his many prophecies about the end of the world.
You absolutely have to go follow that up.
His books go on to say the world will end with earthquakes and hailstorms, floods and fires. He believes the U.S. government will require humans to receive microchip implants, and that the country will be invaded by Chinese and Russian forces with help from the United Nations.
He believes that what he is hearing, gives him direction in his life.
As for Chad's new wife, Lori, divorce paperwork filed in her previous marriage indicates she was also obsessed with the end of the world, telling her now deceased husband, Charles, she is a reincarnated God who would murder him if he got in the way of her mission.
He goes out there, but he doesn't go that far out.
Lori's family members believe her new husband's books changed her, even though Chad's autobiography states he does not believe in reincarnation.
He's making some pretty strong assertions. He just knows that there's a line and he's going to stay behind that line. We may find out later that religion played nothing into this, that it was all motivated by money maybe, or was motivated by a relationship.
Are those the big 3, religion, love, and money?
I think those are definitely the ones that you want to start with.
This case is so puzzling in so many dynamic ways. Adam Herbetz joins us live now. Adam, do we have any idea if Chad's 2 children, JJ and Tylee, who are currently missing, to mention Chad also has 5 other children, how do JJ and Tylee play into his books?
We have no idea, honestly. I mean, so what if he believes that the end of the world is coming? That doesn't necessarily mean that your kids disappear. At least that's not what we read here. We know that he talks a lot about his 5 kids, the ones he had with Tammy, in these books. A lot of the characters in those books are named after those children, but we have no idea how the 2 new kids would play into his visions about the end of the world. It doesn't say anything about remarrying. It doesn't say anything about that.
Real quickly, any idea when the results on Tammy's autopsy will come back?
We do not know. Right now, they are playing a lot of things close to the vest. We don't really know what's going on. Exactly. Yeah. We don't know exactly what's going on right now in Hawaii, if they're still in Hawaii. So we're hoping to get some sort of update by tomorrow morning.